Hello everyone. The deaf community is the part of the Hearing Society. Today, the biggest challenge for deaf people is the communication in English. They face many challenges in letter writing and drafting emails, which are used frequently. They always get stuck with this. We know that deaf people can communicate fluently in sign language without any barriers. However, they are not fluent in English. For writing letters or emails, they do not know the use of appropriate words. However, hearing people know the structure and the steps of letter writing. How do they know that? Because they have learnt about it. Similarly, deaf people can also learn. This section is a part of English. This is a part of BA second year course. This topic is about letter writing. Do you know what is a letter? It is a written message written by one person for another to share any kind of information. There are broadly two types of letter, formal letters or business letters. These are used most often. Let me give you an example. In a family, if parents are living in India and their son is living in the US, then how do they communicate? They use emails to share information with each other. It helps them to connect and know about each other's life. So they communicate using emails. Do you think business letters are same as formal letters? No, they are different. Formal letter includes leave letter or proposal letter for a new project or a request letter to plan a meeting for proper functioning of work. So these are formal letters. In business letters, we talk about different subject. A business letter is used to convey information regarding business activities by one business party to another. For business collaboration and investments, or business letters are used when one business entity purchases the products from the other business group, and also it is used for many other business purposes. What do you think? Is letter writing new? No, it has been there for many years. In 17th century, letters were written to self-educate. In those days, letters were written on parchments or cloth with feather pens using ink. After writing the letter, they would put a king's seal on it, which could be the ring that he wore on his finger. It was the king's seal. During the reign of kings, letters were sent across through messengers who traveled on horseback. After reaching, they would give the letters and inform them that it is the message from his king. And this is how kings used to share information with each other during historical period. In ancient times, there happened many wars and conflicts between different countries. During that time, some countries became allies to protect themselves from the enemy country. And if they would get any secret information about enemy country, then they would share with each other. They used to send messages through letters. And this is how they would share information with each other to protect their countries. This method of sending information had been used since many years. You all must be knowing that earlier pigeons were also used to send the letters. Messages were attached on them, then the pigeon would naturally fly to the recipient's place. After reading the letter, the recipient would send the response through the same pigeon. This is how people in the olden days would send messages to each other. So all these things were used to send the letters in the olden days, but today the time has changed. New technologies have come up. It is not the period of king's rule. And now we have post offices. We drop the letter to the post box and it will be sent to the receiver. Or we can go to the post offices to send the letter. Envelopes are used for sending letters or documents using regular postal mail. This has been used for a long time. And today we have more technologies, emails and internet services through which we can share information immediately. During the period of kings, the letters were delivered using the horses, and it would take 3 to 4 hours to deliver the letters in a nearby place. And faraway places would take at least 3 days, because when the horses would get tired, they would take break for some time in between the journey. Also, pigeons were used to deliver the letters, and people would also send letters to each other through post offices, and the letters would deliver within 2 days. But to deliver the letters in other countries, it would take at least 10 days. Today we have technology and internet facilities through which we can send an email within 2 minutes and get an immediate response. The aim of letter writing is to share information, share ideas, criticize, and get feedback. If you learn in detail about formal letters and business letters and the important steps to be followed while writing a letter, then it will be easy for you to write a letter. There are two topics which we will discuss. First is letter to the editor and second is email writing. First we will discuss about letter writing. Why are letters used? They are used for complaints or to ask the government to solve a particular issue or to make people aware of some situations or issue. For example, we have street lights on the road in our cities and towns. Sometimes it happens that the street lights on the road stop working, and because it is not being repaired for weeks and the road is too dark at night, many people die and get injured due to accidents. When the people of the society get frustrated because the government is not paying attention on this issue, they complain to the municipality and they ask them to solve the problem. To complain, they write a letter to them. And when the problem is brought to the government by the citizens, then the government fixes the problem of a particular area. Another example, you all must be knowing about the Kerala floods. Due to heavy rainfall, severe floods affected the Indian state Kerala. There was huge loss of property, many people died and many were injured. There was shortage of food and people of Kerala suffered a lot. The Chief Minister of Kerala tried to control the situation, but the government could not meet the needs of thousands of people. Then the Chief Minister of Kerala asked the Prime Minister for support. This request was sent by a formal letter. The Prime Minister discussed this issue with the Chief Ministers of different states. Then a formal letter from PM office was shared to Indian public asking all to support in the PM fund for Kerala. This is how formal letters are used. So now I'll tell you few important points. To write a formal letter, there are certain rules which you need to follow. The information given in the letter must be clear. The words you use in formal letters should be formal. Abbreviations should not be used because it is not acceptable in formal writing. It can make your information complex for the readers to understand. So it is important to write full spellings of the words you use in your letter. You always remember that the information you write in your letters should be accurate and to the point without any abbreviations. While writing a formal letter, there are 3 points which you must remember. First, words which you use in your letter should be polite. Second, it should be professional. And third, your information should be straightforward and clear. Do you know who an editor is? What does an editor do? What are their responsibilities? We all read the articles or stories in the newspapers or magazines related to various actors, sportspersons, fashion models, and many other. An editor is a person who is ultimately responsible for what is published. We know that a newspaper has many sections like politics, sports, film and television, entertainment, and many other. First, the reporter collects the news from different areas which is given to the editor of newspaper. Then the editor is responsible for editing, selecting, and revising the content of an article that will be published in the newspaper or magazine. Once it is done, it is published in the newspapers or magazines. So these are the responsibilities of an editor. The letter to the editor has to be a formal letter. There are few important steps which you need to follow to write a formal letter. Let me give you an example. In Pune, the city of Maharashtra, there is an area with lots of trees and it is very beautiful. The air is very refreshing and different species of birds fly there. It has become a bird sanctuary. Many people visit to that place. When the construction of the metro rail began in Pune, the Pune department decided to construct the road and metro rails in between this bird sanctuary. Many bird watchers and people who love nature protested and forced the Pune administration to change their plan. But the government did not listen to them. Then people began to write letters to editors of many local newspapers, national newspaper, local journals and magazines highlighting the importance of this beautiful green area. They also highlighted how constructing the metro through this place will kill the trees and the birds will have no place to go. Also, people wrote many letters to the government highlighting all these social issues and how the ecosystem will be negatively impacted by the construction of metro through this place. This is how people supported to save this bird sanctuary. So when we write the letters, it should be precise and to the point. You all must remember, there are 8 steps you need to follow to write a formal letter. If you follow these 8 steps well, you will never make mistake in your formal letters. Now I'll tell you the 8 steps which you need to follow. Step 1. Sender's address. Here you will write the address and contact details, phone number, email address of the sender. Step 2. Date. Third step. Receiver's address. Here you will write the address of the receiver. Fourth step. Subject of the letter. Subject should be short and clear. It must be written in one line. Fifth step, salutation. You begin the letter with a greeting. For example, dear sir, or sir, respected sir, or respected madam. Sixth step, body of the letter. It can be divided into 3 paragraphs. In first paragraph, you should have your introduction and the reason why you are writing the letter. In second paragraph, you need to mention the details of the letter. The final paragraph is the conclusion of the letter. In this, you have to mention what you want the editor to do, what you expect the editor should do to solve the social issue. Seventh step, complimentary closing. Eighth step, sender's name, signature, and designation. Now I have told you 8 important steps of writing a formal letter. If you follow these steps, then it will be easy for you to draft the letter. Now let us take a sample of a question. Have a look here. Did you see that question? Did you understand or not? Okay, let me tell you. In this question, did you see a word Bhim, B-H-I-M? What does it mean? It is the name of a person. Do you remember what I have explained you? First we need to write the sender's name. In this question, you cannot write your name as sender. You need to write the sender's name which is there in this question. Here, the sender's name is Bhim. What is the next step? Date. The third step is receiver's address. In this question, you will see the receiver's details. So you need to put that in the letter. The next step is subject of the letter. You remember, it is the fourth step. In this, you need to write the subject in short. Find the subject from this question and then write it in the letter. Fifth step is salutation. Sixth step is the body of the letter. It is divided into 3 parts. First is introduction, in which you will not write about yourself. You will write about Bhim. In the second paragraph, you will need to mention the details of the letter, that the trees are being felled in your locality. And if this will not stop, then it will create breathing problems. People can get sick. There will be no cool breeze and it will affect the ecosystem. The final paragraph is the conclusion of the letter. In this, you have to mention what you want the editor to do, that you need him to bring this issue to the government and ask them for solution. Seventh step, complimentary closing. And do you remember the last step? We have to write the sender's name. Here we'll not write our name. We'll write the name of Beam. Then we'll do the signature and write about his designation. And now it's done. So the answer to this question is here. Did you see the answer? It is very easy. You just need to practice regularly. To write a letter, you need to follow the details given in the question. You cannot write your personal details on that letter. You just need to follow the details from the question. In case, if no details mentioned about the sender or receiver in the question, then you can write in place of sender's name as ABC or XYZ. And in the receiver's name, you can write any name. So now you already know the steps of writing a letter. Now I'll tell you the structure of a letter. We start writing a letter from the left side of the page. For example, in the old format, we would use both left and right side of the page to write the sender's and receiver's information. But today we write all the details in the left side. This structure was little different in the olden days. Have a look here. Did you see this? That how we used to put details in both left and right side of the page? This was used in the olden days, but today it is not in use. Today we use new format to write a letter. This new format has been in use for a long time and it will be used further. You all must remember to practice every day.